Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Now, we're all guilty of having some petty little vices that bring us irrational elation. Subject matters and situations that, in the grand scheme of things, are first world problems, nothing of any major consequence in life. However, these things, nonetheless, as the unique individuals that we are, make us happy all the same. Such examples include popping the bubbles on bubble wrap, when romance finally blooms between two characters that you ship in a piece of fictional media, when they get your order right the first time at the drive-thru at McDonald's. However, for me personally, what makes me illogically happy is when video game developers absolutely wreck and dunk on gamers who are being total dumbasses.
Some of the best gamers and streamers give their thoughts on the current state of gaming. Thoughts?
Play literally anything besides the current popular AAA games, I beg you. Laugh my ass off.
Yes! Yes, Dave! God, I fucking love Dave Oshry. For those of you who don't know, Dave Oshry is the CEO of the video game publisher New Blood Interactive, the folks behind publishing such indie powerhouses like Dusk, Amid Evil, Ultra Kill, Gloomwood, Fallen Aces, Super Galaxy Squadron, and Faith. So New Blood Interactive doesn't miss, and Dave Oshry knows a quality product when he sees it. For me, it's just such a breath of fresh air to see a video game industry superstar call out these gamers, quote unquote. First of all, okay, so what if some games look similar to one another? That doesn't mean they play the same or feel the same. As someone who plays fighting games, you should know and understand this. And what the hell do you mean I'm just so tired of it? You're just so tired of games that you admit you don't play and haven't played? What an absolutely ridiculous, illogical statement. Imagine being this butthurt over the mere existence of sci-fi and fantasy video games. What a weirdo. Boy, can we get a solid shooter game, please? Thank you. Ah yes, Shroud, the guy who only plays popular AAA multiplayer shooters. And the only time he's not is when he's shilling for pay-to-win mobile games like Diablo Immortal, refuses to play single-player or indie games, whether they're shooters or not, yet has the goal to ask if he can have a solid shooter game. Even though just this year, 2022, we got Shadow Warrior Free, Attica, Metal Hellsinger, Proteus, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Warhammer 40k Darktide. Admittedly, though, Warhammer 40k Darktide has a lot of problems, but just for the sake of argument, we'll throw it on here. And those are just the first-person shooters that fully released in 2022. I'm not even including early access, but if we did, we'd have games like Ultra Kill, Turbo Overkill, Shatterline, Deadlink, Blood West, and many more. So, Shroud, there's tons of solid shooter games to play. You're just too fucking lazy to go and play them. And last, but certainly not least, we have Drdisrespect.
It's not, I don't know, things just aren't thought out, man. Fuck! There's nothing else to play. I want to play something. I want to have fun.
I don't even need to explain what's wrong with this statement. This is a grown-ass man acting like a child. So, we're almost 4 minutes into this video. It's about time I address the title, eh? Why do gamers hate indie games so much? Now that's a strong word right there. Hate. And obviously, if you know anything about me and my YouTube channel, I'm not trying to generalize here. You guys know I love indie games, and I also know that you, my regular viewers, also love indie games. It would also be unimaginably foolish of me to not mention that some of the most popular and influential video games of all time are indie games. Among Us, Fall Guys, Rocket League, Valheim, Vampire Survivors, Stray, and It Takes Two, among many more. Yet time and time again, despite the proven success and quality of indie titles, a disgusting amount of gamers in the overall gaming community, whether it be regular old players to content creators and streamers, just refuse to acknowledge the existence of indie games. They willfully ignore them and try to imprison them in their own little corner of irrelevancy. If it's not AAA, it's not worth playing, it's not worth talking about, it's not worth promoting. And these same gamers will then go to say, the video game industry sucks, there's no good games to play, AAA games have gone downhill, etc., the same rhetoric over and over again. And this self-imposed misery that gamers put on themselves is exhausting, because I'm over here playing video games, having a blast. Just having so much fun playing all the awesome games that come out every year. Spoilers, my game of the year 2022 this year is going to be an indie game. My game of the year last year was an indie game. Hell, most of my favorite games this year, last year, over the last several years have all been indie games. Or AA middle market games if we're going to be pedantic about it. The point being that for the past several years, the majority of my favorite games, the games I've had the most fun with, the games I've fallen in love with, have not been AAA video games. Where AAA video games mostly keep to themselves within a few select genres, namely being shooters and melee action games, with designs mostly focused around cinematic, cutscene-driven storytelling, usually accompanied by massive open worlds to explore. But the most popular AAA games, of course, are the multiplayer PvP games, namely Battle Royale, which, hey, you know what? Have every right to exist. And you and I have every right to not play them. But if you do choose to play them, all of them, and that's all you play, you have no one but yourself to blame if you feel bored and miserable playing video games. With indie games and AA middle market games, the developers are able to experiment, to try new and interesting things, to explore other genres that don't get as much attention, like survival horror, real-time strategy, job simulators, puzzles. Indie devs also have the creative freedom to try their own spin on established genres like shooters and Souls-likes, mixing and matching all these different elements and ideas to create products that you would never see a AAA publisher take a risk on. This year, we got AA and indie games like Evil West, The Entropy Center, Signalis, Potionomics, Asterigos, Curse of the Stars, Proteus, Solstice, Metal Hellsinger, Attica, Steel Rising, and Shadow Warrior Free. And this list of examples isn't even including the games in early access that just came out or got major updates this year. And if we look at last year in terms of indie and AA games, oh my god, we got Kena Bridge of Spirits, Grime, Solar Ash, Pray for the Gods, Little Nightmares 2, Lost in Random, Aliens Fireteam Elite, Chorus, The Medium, Road 96, Tormented Souls, Ender Lilies, GTFO, Century Age of Ashes, Tales of Iron, Strangeland, Chernobylite, Island of Minutes, and so many more. Ladies and gentlemen, I am drowning in good games to play, and such a variety and diversity of different games to play. A wide, unique range of varying gameplay genres and story genres. Variety is the spice of life, and indie games have no shortage of that. Oh, and you know what else is wonderful about all these indie and AA games? No microtransactions. Yes, the dreaded microtransactions that you all despise so very much are nowhere to be found in any of the games I previously mentioned. Even better, all of the games I previously mentioned, and I double-checked this, you know how a bunch of AAA games nowadays launch broken, buggy, and unfinished? Well, all the indie and AA games that came out this year and last year that I mentioned didn't. Oh man, it's both funny and sad. All these gamers, all these streamers, all these content creators so discontent with the state of gaming, as they put it, when their problem isn't really with gaming, it's just with AAA video games. AAA video games do not and never will represent all of gaming. Using the movie industry and the gaming industry for comparison, AAA video games are the equivalent of Marvel movies. If you only watch Marvel movies, only care about Marvel movies and nothing else, you're uncultured. If you only care about and only play AAA video games, you are, I'm sorry to say it, uncultured. Do yourself a favor and open yourself up to other forms of media and fiction that aren't exclusively hyper-popular. I promise you, honest to God, you will live a more fulfilling life. Play indie games. Support indie games. I promise you, You won't regret it, and you'll have a damn fun time doing it. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. If you did indeed like the video, please be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below, ring the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this from me. If you want to help out and support the video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, please consider making a donation via YouTube, Super Thanks, or clicking the link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the description down below. Anyways, once again, that's been a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Play and support indie games, please, I beg you. They're so good and they're so much fun, I swear. Just stop hyper-focusing on AAA video games, please. God damn it.